record. Okay. All right. Okay, so here we are. So hey, it's just me and Karina, but that's all right because I'm going to send this out to everybody. So hopefully there'll be more people who can watch this. Looks like you're sitting outside. Is that right? Where are you?
Yeah. I'm just outside in our sort of barbecue-ish area.
Is the weather that nice, is it?
In Hamilton. I'm in Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of like it's trying to rain and has rained a bit today, but it's all right now.
Oh, lovely.
It's warm enough.
Wow, that's good. I'm down in Invercargill. I'm down for the Tour of Southland. So I'm working on I work for a cycling team, and so we're in that race at the moment. So Invercargill, it's a little bit chilly, but it's actually not too bad. The weather's been pretty nice for this week, so we're doing okay. Now, I'm going to just share this screen and we can have a look at this training plan. Hopefully everybody has by now has been able to upload their plan to the website. But I'm just going to talk through obviously the specifics of this final race block, this race phase. And it's, it's pretty amazing when you reflect back on how you were 20 weeks ago and where you are now and how much training you've actually done in that process. It's quite remarkable when you look back, and obviously you can't complete every session as prescribed, and you can't even do some sessions just for whatever reason. But if you've trained consistently and you've got workouts in, and you've been able to do steadily more and more each as the weeks tick by, then you're going to be in a remarkable level of fitness. And even if you haven't completed the whole training plan as I wrote it, very, very few people, in fact, no one, I don't think anybody would line up to a race like this having completed every training session. It's just unrealistic. And so I think just reflect back on what you've done and just be really proud of being able to put together a good 24-week block of training, which is no mean feat at all. And have yourself prepared to line up for an event like this. So it's something to really be proud of and reflect on over these next few weeks, as gives you a chance to look back and sort of take stock on that sort of stuff and really understand the reason why we do this sport is to be fit and healthy, continuously find ways to better ourselves, but just to have a bloody good time. So hopefully you've all been able to experience that through this phase, and by the time race day comes around, it's just another day. It's just another day of training, but a lot of your friends will be there, and someone will be giving you food and drinks the whole way. So that's a pretty nice way to have it. So let's jump into this last phase. So as you know, we've got 4 weeks till the race. And the most important thing with this block of training is that it's steadily winding you down in terms of overall training stress to race day. As you reduce your volume of training, you'll do more and more stuff at your expected intensity, race intensity, but you won't do much over that. So the training gets easier and easier and easier, and it gets shorter and shorter and shorter, but it gets more and more specific to the sort of event that you're doing. So the way we start this first week off is it's very similar to the first week of training that you had way back in the day. And so pretty nice. You start off with a rest day, which is a good way to start your Monday. But then the reason why is because we've got a run time trial on the Tuesday. So that's the same time trial that you did back in when the training plan started. It's a 30-minute best effort, and it's a chance for you to just see where your improvements have come in terms of your running, and it gives you a chance to sort of understand that back in when you first started the training plan, your volume or your race pace was X, and now it's your threshold pace was this, and now it's this, which I'm sure it'll be an improvement on what you had initially, and that gives you a chance to just understand the sort of intensity that you can expect to do on race day. It's basically you being able to look at your training and go, I know I'm fitter than I was when I started, and therefore I have a little bit more confidence in being able to complete the distance at a pace that you're satisfied with. Finish that day with an easy spin, and then we go to a swim, easy jog on a Wednesday, and then we go into that bike time trial on the Thursday. And it's the same bike time trial that you did when your training plan started, like the run. Hopefully, if you're doing it outside and you're doing it over a 20-minute section of road, you're able to do the same section of road, and fingers crossed you go further than you did the first time. If you're using Zwift or Trainer Road, I suggest you do another ramp test, and that will give you a chance to find out your functional threshold power. And from there, your race day intensity will be somewhere between 70 and 75% of that threshold power. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of what you can expect to do on race day.
You're cutting.
Oh, sorry. Hopefully that comes back all right. That'll give you a chance to understand what you expect to be able to do on race day. 70 to 75% of your functional threshold power is generally what most people will be able to do.
Can you hear me?
Yep, yeah, I can hear you. Have you lost me?
Oh, no, you're back again. You cut out, but you're back again. Your mute's on.
How much of that did you get? Did you get any of it?
Got to, you were talking about the Thursday. Yep, well, just to when you were talking about the bike time trial on Thursday.
Okay, cool. We're doing that. Should be okay. Fingers crossed it doesn't do that again. Okay, let's.
Yeah.
I might see if I can tether to my phone. Actually, that might actually be a better way to do it. A little bit more reliable. Let me just change my Wi-Fi.
For a bit, and then you just completely dropped off.
Yeah. Okay, you've got me now.
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully that works. I may have to re-record it. That's right. Okay, let's go back to the screen share. So yeah, the Thursday ride. So that's basically a chance for you to look at your threshold power and pick somewhere between 70 and 75% of that threshold value. It will be the power that you'll hold during the race. And that's why over the next few weeks, the workouts will have you settling into that sort of intensity. And so it will really feel like you're finding your Ironman, or your Iron distance power to ride to. And then the Friday, it's the CSS test swim session, which is that same one that you did in the first week, and that's just to reconfirm to yourself and give some confidence in the fact that the swim training that you've done has given you an improvement in fitness and performance. And it's not expecting you to be able to estimate a time to swim at for the event, but certainly it allows you to have that confidence that your swimming has improved, and overall, if you maybe had done something similar in the distance previously, that gives you an indication of what you might be able to expect to do for this sort of thing. But so much comes into play in open water swimming that it's very hard to pick a certain time and expect to be able to swim that time. The weekend ride, it's a long bike ride, 6 hours, and then a 30-minute run off the bike. And then we've got a long open water swim on the Sunday, and a moderately long run later on that day. So that's actually starts out reasonably straightforward, reasonably easy that week, but it gets quite hard as you get through it. But then the next week, easy swim, easy spin, and then we go into the first of our taper, IM taper session. So this is really where you're going to be settling into that that intensity that you'll do for the race. Wednesday run is a little bit of intensity, possibly a little bit harder than the pace that you will do in the event, but that's just to keep your body used to some varying intensities, just so you don't become stagnant, basically. The Thursday, another taper ride, run off the bike, and then you go into a simulation session for the Saturday, and that's really where you want to dial into your time around the time you expect to start, what you'll have for breakfast, what you have for dinner the night before. Really treat that like race day. The bike ride isn't as long as you'll be doing on race day, but there is some effort that you'll be doing near your goal pace, and also the run off the bike is a varied pace run as well. So that's a chance for you just to find out how everything is working. Use the equipment that you'll be using in the event. Get used to your fueling, and even if you can do it on the course, for those of you that live nearby, it's great. Otherwise, just find somewhere that you think will simulate the sort of course that you'll be dealing with. Quite a good long run later on the Sunday, and then we go into the next week, which again start tapering things down a little bit as we go. Very similar workouts, but steadily getting shorter and shorter. The weekend before, again, it's a simulation session, but it's much shorter than the previous one. And again, it's just for you to settle in and get used to the intensity of the event, and getting used to the timing of things, equipment, etc. Sunday run a lot shorter again, and then you go into that final week, which is a really nice, straightforward, steadily easier and easier sessions, winding you right down to race day. So pretty straightforward, really, when you look at it. Hopefully, it's not too confusing, but yeah, obviously the emphasis here is not to train more, but it's just to get used to the expectations of what you'll be seeing on the day, and not to sort of try and catch up on any lost training, but just to let yourself settle into the training that you've done, and just find yourself becoming more and more ready for the event as you go. What I would actually like to do is on probably the Tuesday beforehand, I'll set up another call for us to sort of jump on and answer any final questions that you may have, because obviously once I send this video out, there might be a few questions that people want to have answered. So we'll do that, and hopefully that'll get sort of settle people in, settle the nerves a little bit, and get people's heads in the game. At this stage, have you got any questions, Karina? Is there anything that you're wanting to know?
Probably the one thing I did have was around what you just talked about, that dealing with the nerves and stuff now. Like, yeah, I'm already feeling that. I mean, after the camp, I felt really confident in the course, but now the reality, I think it's just the reality's kicking in now.
Yeah.
Of the size of the event, and yeah.
That's a real thing, and it's. I mean, no matter how many I've done, I still experience the same thing that you're experiencing now. And what I say to myself is, I just live with it. Like, I know that, yeah, I'm nervous, I'm unsure, I'm uncomfortable. I don't really want to do it, but actually I do want to do it. And then I just go, well, I have to do it. Like, there's actually, you just have to receive those emotions and just go, well, this is what it is. Accept the fact that you do have some nerves, but don't let that define how you address the event. In theory, you know you're fit, you know you've done the training that'll get you there. The thing that you're feeling now is anticipation of your brain and what you think might happen, but actually what you're thinking of hasn't actually happened anyway. So a lot of the scenarios that you might play through yourself of this and this and this, it's really just you making predictions and setting yourself up for some more nerves. If you just go, I accept whatever happens and I'll deal with it at the time, then it sort of helps you to put away those other thoughts of doubt and nerves and anxiousness, and say, well, when they happen, I'll deal with it then. But until then, I'm looking forward to this day. Yeah. So turn the nerves and anxiousness into excitement. And it's a day to hang out with your mates. And when you cross the finish line, you'll be extremely proud of your achievements, and you'll be able to brag forever about having done it.
Yeah.
Especially having done the first one. Everybody wants to be the person who does the first event. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Probably my only other question is, now it's gone from my brain. Oh, in terms of like preparing, because I've just started writing all my lists of everything of what I need and what I'm going to need when and in bags and all that jazz. How do you deal with, like, if it's raining on the day? Do I just, because obviously I'm going to be leaving here days before the Saturday. I'm probably going to leave here maybe Tuesday. So do I just take everything for every single scenario, and then on the Friday I decide, well, Thursday I think we're racking bikes. Oh no, Friday we rack bikes. That's when I decide, okay, this is what I'm actually going to need.
Make a list, and take everything that you need, because what you don't want to be doing is thinking that something, the weather that you expect may change, and you don't want to be rushing around at the shops trying to find a warm polypropylene shirt or something, because you didn't bring it with you. It's got one sitting at home. Now you got to go and find one. So I would just go through every scenario, pack a massive bag, take everything with you, and you'll probably only use a third of the stuff, but at least you save yourself some hassle. And then in the end, it's I mean, when I go away to race, my wife laughs at me because I take so much stuff, but you have to plan for everything. So I think that's the best way to do it, especially when you're going far enough ahead that actually the weather can change quite a bit from Tuesday to Saturday. So that's a good idea. Make some lists and really stick to them, and double check and triple check, all that sort of stuff.
And then I'm still waiting for that actual event details to come out, which will probably come out maybe next week after the 1/4.5 this weekend, like with the actual times. And I know it's a 6:30 start, but for everything else,
so you will need to take 2 sets of goggles, a low light and a normal light goggle as well, because it might be an overcast day and you might not be able to see the buoys particularly well, or it might be a very bright day and the sun, and the sun in your eyes in that bay can be quite bright. So it was very bright at camp. You couldn't even I had to sight off the big huge cranes or whatever they were, because you couldn't see the buoy until you were running over it. I remember when I did Harbour Hills down here, and it was exactly the same thing, and I thought I was swimming out to the ocean, and then suddenly I swam into the buoy and I didn't even see it. So no, that's good. Sounds like you're really onto it. So I mean, if anybody has some questions, then just email me, and I'm happy to answer them. But like I said, I'd like to set up a call on race week so we can have a proper chat and just sort of help everybody out with those last minute preparations and nerves, etc. But I'm really looking forward to hearing people's stories about how things go, particularly on after the race as well, and hear how things are gone. So it's going to be good. All right. Well, here we go. We're in. You're committed now. You only got 4 weeks to go. You're in the window.
I know. We're all in now. Too late to back out now.
That's right. You can't back out. All right. Well, I will. I'll look forward to checking up with you again in a couple of weeks. But just really enjoy this last few weeks. Have a lot of fun with it. And
we'll do.
And don't feel you need to go out and exercise just because you got a 1 hour session to do. And in the past you've had a 2 hour session. Just go and do that 1 hour and make the most of the rest of the day you've got on your hands. And it's great.
Cool.
Rightio.
Thank you.
I'm off to clean some more bikes.
See ya.
See you later.
I had fun.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.